Hi guys, welcome back for this week's Retro RPG, and it's something a little different this week once again. I would like to present this, Chainsaw Warrior, a 1987 game by Games Workshop. Long before they became known just for their Warhammer games, Games Workshop basically introduced role-playing to the United Kingdom. They were the distributors of Dungeons & Dragons, and lots of other games during the sort of mid-80s, Paranoia, Call of Cthulhu, and many, many other games, RuneQuest, were all published by Games Workshop in the UK. And they had lots of other games, this being one of them. Let's look at the back of the box. Okay, a lovely picture of the board set up. Obviously, I've only got limited space on my desktop here, so we'll not be able to set up the full board to show you, but you should get a good idea. Anyway, it's the year 2032. A warp has opened up in the old municipal buildings in the heart of old Manhattan, and bizarre creatures are flooding through into our dimension. Goading them on is darkness, a malevolent entity who intends dragging the city of New York back through the warp, destroying it entirely. Many brave men died assailing darkness's stronghold before they remembered you. In the past, you have done the Special Forces unit many favors. Now you must come out of retirement to face the toughest challenge of your glorious career. Equipped with all the latest in high-tech armaments, you must battle your way into the very heart of Darkness's domain and defeat him within the hour, or the city you love will be destroyed. Chainsaw Warrior is a nail-biting game for one strong-nerved player. Yes, it's a solo game. Just you against the clock. Can you save New York? Remember, you only have 1 hour. What you get: a full-colour 4-piece playing board, 108 full-colour house cards, revealed one by one as you explore Darkness's domain. 22 full-colour wandering zombie cards. They roam the house in search of victims. 36 full-colour equipment cards featuring guns, heavy weapons, devices, and special weapons for you to use. 90 full-colour markers to keep track of the scores, ammunition, and the time. A clear and snappy rulebook, an 8-page comic strip introduction, 2 6-sided dice. Now, I played this back in the 80s. A friend had it, and I borrowed it a few times and really enjoyed it. And until eBay came along, I didn't really have a way of getting my hands on it. So I went out and I bought this copy, paying way too much for it. I believe I paid about £35–40 for it at the time. And it's a bit of a slightly water-damaged box, but it's not a bad condition. It's got all the parts. The very week after I received it, I was in a charity shop with my wife, and there was another copy in slightly better condition, missing a couple of the parts, but with lots of random dice in it. It had obviously been owned by a role player, which I got for £3. £3! So now I've got 2 copies. But anyway, let's open the box. Inside, we have mission briefing. Big pack of cards. Comic book, which introduces the story. It's not the best drawn in the world, but it's kind of cool, and how can you not love him? Plus, an offer of a t-shirt with a comic strip in the format of those old muscle-building comics you used to get. How if somebody kicks sand in your face at the beach, you get the Chainsaw Warrior t-shirt and you'll beat the crap out of them. And we've got the board. So I will move the box out of the way. There's our dice, there's the tokens, some random bits lay around. So we have slot. The top part of it, as you can see, they're the timer for 60 seconds down to 0 in 30-second increments. We've got endurance, other stats here, house decks, and your equipment at the top. So we don't need the top part. Let's just have a look at the bottom. So as time counts down, you get to move between different places. So if we have a look at the cards here, we have corridors and rooms. So as you move between the different rooms, You draw a card, so the room is empty. Wandering zombie appears on a roll of 6 on 1 die. There's a zombie in the room. There's a chaos agent in the room. Zombies, traps, and you have different ways of getting past all of these. If you spend any time healing up or reloading your weapons, you've got a chance of wandering zombies coming along, and those are just the wandering zombies. And when you're prepping your character at the start, you separate up devices and heavy weapons, clothing, hand-to-hand weapons, and you buy them. You have a point allocation. We'll go through the rules in a second. So you've got med kits, anti-rad capsules, temporal disturbance detector. You never miss darkness when moving through secret passages. You never have to test reflexes to shoot darkness. Dum-dum bullets. UV emitter. Let's go through to the weapons. Heavy weapons. Flamethrower. Rockets. Reaper assault cannon, which I remember and have loved the name of since I was a young child. Blasters. Exoskeletons are basically powered armor as clothing. Implosion waistcoat. Jumpsuit. Body armor. Infrared goggles. Chameleon suit. And we're on to hand-to-hand weapons. What's that? Throwing nets. Knife. Smash, which is a drug. Pistol, chainsaw. Poison-coated needles. Cyber-neutral electrical scrambler. Stun knucks. And experimental grenades. And if we go through the rules just a second. Skills. When you're creating a character, you roll 4 dice for endurance, wounds, hand-to-hand, reflexes, marksmanship to determine how good you are at those different things. You roll for a random skill, so you get marksmanship, endurance, agility, strength, climbing, or hiding, which add to your abilities. You get your equipment. A weird point is, if you end up running out of ammunition or whatever, you can spend time coming back out of the building, restocking on equipment, and you get to draw fresh equipment, and then going back in and trying to get to darkness before time elapses. Equipment breakage, wandering zombies, and that's it. Sequence of play. Time phase, move the marker 1 box along the time track. When the timer reaches 30 minutes, night falls, and you must reduce hand-to-hand by 1 point. When the timer reaches 60 minutes, you're out of time and darkness is 1. Exploration phase. Turn over the first face-down card of the current pile. You split them into 2 decks. Darkness is always in the second one. When an encounter is resolved, the turn ends. Return to the time phase. Play continues until you find and destroy darkness, its minions destroy you, or the clock ticks out and you run out of time. Sequence on how to fight. Narrow miss. Arm damaged. And that's kind of it. It's a fun single player game. You against various monsters. A mutant thing. Rat Pack. Chaos Agent. I'm sure there's more variety in there somewhere. I also haven't seen darkness. So let's keep flicking through. But anyway, you get basically 120 turns to explore fresh rooms. Oh, a dump, you can get ammo. Fight encounters to try and beat the bad guy, the meat machine. Rat pack. There's rules about how only certain weapons will affect darkness. So if you use up the ammunition from the laser lance, I believe it is, then there's no way you can kill darkness, and you have to leave the building to recharge it. It's probably your most damaging weapon. Another weapons dump. Is there no darkness card? Have I lost it? Was it never in this one? No, I've played this. Secret passage. Roll 2 dice and skip that many more cards. Secret passages will get you onto the second deck faster. But if you're on the second deck, you might skip darkness himself. I do not see darkness in there. Checking whatever was left in the box. All I can see is the laser lance itself. Ah, where is darkness? Hello, darkness, my old friend. And that's a fun game. That's all I can say, really. There he is, darkness. 20. There's the bad guy that you're hunting for. Or at least I was hunting for him. Anyway, this is now available. You can buy a PC version of it on Steam, and there's a sort of sequel on Steam, which I have never played. Not at all. I haven't touched them. I've just got the board game. Which, oh, I never noticed. It's a sort of nuclear explosion symbol on the cover as well. How cool. Thank you very, very much for watching. As absolutely always, you look after yourselves, and I will speak to you real soon now. Bye.